Producers are under fire after news broke that the late Princess Diana will be featured as a ghost in the 6th and final season, due to hit our screens next month. So the scenes will show the late Diana speaking from beyond the grave to both her ex-husband Charles, I'll be quite intrigued to see what she said to him, and Queen Elizabeth, as well as featuring a tasteless recreation of the Paris smash that tragically killed the late princess back in 1997. It's going to be the most controversial series ever. A Netflix source told the Mail Online that the scenes were visualisations of innermost thoughts rather than interpretations of anything supernatural. I mean, good grief, have a day off. Michael, thank you very much. Welcome to the fray. Welcome to the show. A Netflix scraping the bottom of the barrel here. Is it sickening and tasteless to have Princess Diana as a ghost?
This all starts next month. It's very sad. It's very tasteless. I'm not a huge critic of The Crown. I think the first two series, starring Claire Foy as the young queen, were utterly brilliant. And Buckingham Palace was hugging itself with glee that it was such a brilliant advertisement for the monarchy. But this series is, I think, The Crown's bridge far too far. And really, isn't the story strong enough without conjuring up ghosts from the grave? In the history of theatre and stories, do ghosts ever really work? Banquo's ghost or the ghost of Jacob Marley? I mean, it is rather a cheap conceit, and I wish they hadn't gone there. I think it's demeaning to the people who survive, and it's demeaning to the memory of those who are sadly gone before us. So I'm sorry to see it happen, because I think many things about the series have been good. They've been advised by a very good historian, Robert Lacey. And of course, there have been mistakes, but by and large, the theme has been correct. The facts have been within the bounds of what actually happened. So I'm sad to see it, and I wish it were not happening.
I think it cheapens it. Honestly, I think it cheapens it completely. The idea of introducing a ghost into anything, let alone the ghost of Diana, after you've also done the portrayal of the moment of her death, I think is deeply, deeply offensive to the vast majority of the British public.
Well, it's certainly offensive to me. I understand they stopped short of the Alpha Tunnel. You do not actually see the crash, which would be unbearable. But if you remember, Patrick, it was said by Peter Morgan, the originator of this, that it was going to end at the end of the last series. And then they decided, for whatever reason, whether Netflix wanted to squeeze the last drop of juice out of the lemon, but they would go on and do this. And as I said, a bridge too far. Was it necessary? It is not necessary. You know, the late princess, she died on the same day as Mother Teresa died. And there was a very touching cartoon of the little Mother Teresa of Calcutta greeting Princess Diana, the tall Princess Diana at the pearly gates, saying to her, "You didn't think I'd let you come here without me, did you?" And that is as far as you want to go into the other world, into heaven, into the celestial world. Diana is dead. We miss her. I certainly do, 26 years later. Let her rest in peace. And I think it's unfair to her sons and everybody else, and even to the king and the queen.
Yeah, I agree. I really agree about that. You know, again, there are other people involved here. You don't regularly hear me have sympathy for Harry, necessarily. We are going to go on and talk about, but the idea of your mum being portrayed as a ghost in The Crown, which apparently he watches, he's come out and said he's in favour of it. But now, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, there we go, are once again being accused of climate hypocrisy after the couple travelled in a 7-car convoy of gas-guzzling SUVs, only to drive to a garage just 200 metres away from one that they were previously parked in. I mean, come on, Harry and Meghan were in New York to attend World Mental Health Day Festival. Look, Michael, are they guilty of climate hypocrisy here, or is it all about safety?
Patrick, the last time I saw a convoy like that, it was at Elvis Presley's funeral when there were 11 Cadillacs, including his hearse, and I was there reporting it in Memphis in 1977. So, I mean, this is really quite awful. I mean, hypocrisy upon hypocrisy. And of course, the last time the Sussexes were in in New York, we had this great tale of the 2-hour chase through the streets of Manhattan, and the mayor and everybody else, the police chief, said it couldn't have happened here. You must have dreamt it, because such a thing is not impossible. It's impossible in New York City, and they were generally laughed out of the house scornfully because of that claim. At the same time as, of course, the lovely Meghan was appearing in her off-the-shoulder beautiful outfit, the Princess of Wales, Kate, was in Birmingham doing her own bit for World Mental Health Day in a much more low-key, but a much more studied and a much more appreciated way. That's the difference between the two of them, and it's up to people to judge which they prefer.